Car tester Sasha Knopp explains that even if Jaguar hails from a long sporting tradition, it still has to keep pace with today's market. The F-Type tried to contend with a Porsche. The F-Pace takes on the SUV segment, and the Jaguar XE claims the midsize niche. The previous generation, the X-Type, may have been little more than a spiffed-up Mondeo, but the XE has now come into its own. The modified Ford platform for the last generation has been retired. The new XE is built on Land Rover's modular architecture. The lightweight construction makes for a body shell of only 251 kilos. The sedan's roofline still expresses Jaguar design, sweeping back like a coupe. We tested the XE with the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel putting out 132 kilowatts of power, the only engine offered with all-wheel drive. The top trim R-Sport branding accents the dynamic side of the British model. It can hold its own with Audi's A4, BMW's 3 Series, and Mercedes C-Class. The engine has all but lost the tick-tocking diesel sound, and AdBlue exhaust treatment helps it meet the Euro 6 emission standard. The all-wheel drive version leaps from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.9 seconds, reaching a maximum speed of 225 kilometers per hour. The torque vectoring enhances the sporty feel, especially in tight curves, braking the inside wheels independently of each other and increasing stability, even for abrupt turns. Sasha observes that the Jaguar XE is built as a sport sedan, and it drives like one. The suspension is properly sporting without being too stiff, but the electric power steering is just a bit soft. On that point, its German competitors are nippier. Included in the XE's package of active driver assistance technologies are a lane keep assist and a driver condition monitor for added safety on long hauls. An automatic emergency braking system supports the adaptive cruise control. Closing vehicle sensing and park assist also help make the driver's life easier. Sasha points out that the closing vehicle sensing is set very differently from its counterparts in competitors' vehicles. It kicks in much earlier, so at first it's not quite clear what all the beeping's about. If it approaches another car a bit too rapidly, it gives a warning immediately. Or, if, for example, a vehicle is parked on the shoulder in a curve, it spots it immediately as a potential obstacle. Its German competitors warn the driver much later, but much as with the adaptive cruise control, he'd rather have the option to set the distance himself. Mercedes beeps too late for his taste and Jaguar too soon. If he could set the distance himself, it would be ideal. The XE may be the lowest priced Jaguar available, but it makes no compromises on the interior. The R Sport version is appropriately elegant and dignified without going too far. It includes such typical Jaguar features as the booting up of the instruments when starting. At the press of a button, the shift lever for the 8-speed automatic transmission rises from the center console. The driving modes provide options for more dynamic or more fuel-efficient styles. Sasha is reminded that the Jaguar XE is mid-sized by the rear seats. He can see that there's not much legroom available in back, though it may be enough for passengers who are not as tall and big-boned as he is. But he sees the front seat backs made of hard plastic as a big minus. He's convinced there must be a more comfortable solution for the rider's knees when they're jammed in. Here, too, the German competitors are only marginally better.
Aber auch hier nochmal gesagt, die deutschen Mitbewerber können das auch nur sehr bedingt besser.
In the back, the Jaguar XE can open wide. With a total of 455 liters, it has more cargo space than an Audi A4 or a BMW 3 Series. Still, he believes the Jaguar XE will not have an easy time of it in Germany, with the midsize segment well covered by German car makers. Audi, BMW, and Mercedes have long since divided up the midsize pie. But the XE would definitely be a good choice for car buyers looking for a more individual set of wheels. In Germany, this entry-level Jag starts at 36,450 euros, low enough to inspire more than a few to become owners of this big cat.